Hello, here is a simple demo to show you a typical DevOps development cycle implemented on Oracle Solaris platform. In this demo, we'll build a documentation site, and for simplicity's sake, we'll be using the documentation for this demo itself as an example. Take a look at this diagram. In this development infrastructure, we have 4 servers. Our developers work on their machines, which could be their laptops, desktops, or any other development environments. The key point here is that after editing some code, they commit it to a source code repository. Also, in this infrastructure, we have a central source code repository server called Git server. This server collects updates from all developers and gives a signal to the Continuous Integration or CI server to initiate the next build process. The CI server is using a popular platform called Jenkins, also known as Hudson. It performs all necessary steps to create an application package. It builds, tests, and packages the application into the format suitable for different deployment platforms: Java Archive, Web Application Archive, Solaris IPS package, etc. After the application is built, it can be deployed on the test or production server. In our case, we use just the test server. The documentation development cycle goes as following. First, the developer edits the documentation text. We chose to use Markdown format here because it's plain text, it's simple to manage, and it's easy to convert into different other formats. Then the developer commits the changes to her local Git repository and pushes them to the central Git server. This is the first step. Everything else is done automatically. After receiving the changes, Git server initiates so-called post-receive hook, and that triggers the build process at Jenkins server. The build process includes converting the source code from Markdown to HTML, applying proper CSS styles, adding JavaScript actions, etc. In other words, building the whole website. This is the second step. At the third step, Jenkins server copies the web server from its staging area to the test server or production server. And to complete the cycle, after testing period, all the collected feedback is delivered to the developers or technical writers, and they continue their work. This is the fourth step. Now, let's go through all the steps. First, check the published documentation site at testserver/docs. Now, let's imagine we found a good picture illustrating a typical DevOps cycle, and we want to include it in the main index page. Also, we might want to change the color theme. Go to the terminal window, enter the documentation project directory, and do some edits. First, we change the index file according to the instructions in our documentation. We just insert a couple of lines here. And then we edit the main configuration file to change the color theme. After you have made the changes, do git add, and then git commit, and then after that git push. And now open the Jenkins window and watch the building process. You see the build process has started and successfully finished. We can even check the console output and see the word success at the end of the output. And now let's go and check the documentation side and see the changes. Yep, it's there. You see, everything is done automatically after you have posted the changes at the central Git server. In the next video, we'll show a little more complicated project. Instead of building a static website, we'll create an active application, online wine shop. We'll do the same. We'll change something in the source code and build the whole application. But instead of just copying the files, we'll create and publish a Solaris IPS package and then install it on the test server. See you at the next demo. Thank you.